Okay, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I am the owner of Crystal H Technology Screens. We've been testing and working on an invisible screen paint. We call it Advanced Ambient Light Rejection Dark Invisible Nova 19. So, the stuff we developed is designed to take a ton of ambient light, especially from outside. Inside, they look absolutely incredible. They do front and rear. Outside, mainly rear projection. They can take direct hits from the sun. We have a few videos of that. But usually, I know if most people are going to be using this for advertising, they're going to have some sort of awning over top of it. That's going to be a breeze for the technology. It does come in 4 different colors. Other colors will come later on. Other shades of colors will come later on. We do have it in jet black, which will be actually developed today. When the screen is done, you can paint this on your glass. It's designed basically for transparent surfaces. That's what I strongly advise to use it with. When you're done with it, easy cleanup. This stuff peels right off the surface with no problem whatsoever. And like I said, looks absolutely incredible. Works with long throw and short throw projectors, certain applications. This basically can cut down on a tremendous amount of the lamp glare that pushes through on the opposite side that may blind the customers, anyone staring at the screen. Projector we're using is a 5200 lumen Sony VPL FA30. I thought it was best to use this projector because of its high caliber rate. If it were to hit the screen, you can see exactly how much the screen can block from the lamp glare. All right, so we're going to go outside. I got this in pre-recording because we do Wi-Fi. It gets really choppy out there, and the video is really hard to recognize. I'm going to go outside. We're going to look at the screen, and then from there, you can see exactly how beautiful and how clear the image comes up. All right, so let's begin. Stand come out. I seem to want to play right with me right now. Play with my stand a little bit here. Here we go. Okay. You see the image comes up nice and clean. See, it brings up nice contrast. Black levels are fantastic, as you can see. LG Beta Fish. Now, we first started off, the technology was at 3%. We are now at 10% done. And just improving the contrast, color, and white levels. outer space screensavers. Let's see if we have a great deal of sun. We got sun coming up on this side right here, and it's nice and bright as you can see outside. Plenty of light. You hear a lot of noise in the background. I live right behind a golf course, so they're doing maintenance on the golf course right now. All right. I took my awning down even farther in the back so we can have more light come this way. So nothing to show we're not blocking anything at all. Starfield screensaver. So we're able to deploy Starfield. LG demonstrations. LG 4K demonstrations. Now this is display how window advertisement it's going to be displayed on the screen. Sorry, how window advertisement will be displayed off the screen. See, the image is crystal clear, it's not blurry, it's not washed out. It's nice and clean. And that's the last thing you want. You don't want an image that's going to be dirty and muddy. Okay. That's the white levels. See there's no flaking. Go back for a minute. You can see there's no flaking to the surface at all. Nice and clean. Now, flaking means that the bottom line is sometimes when some people try to mix certain things together, the problem will happen is you will get this kind of like speckle, kind of black freckles across the screen. And that happens when a product is not mixed too well or doesn't marry too well. Start with coughing. It's the allergy. Running 3 machines over there, so that grass bothers me. I'm so glad they're done today. Here's contrast demonstration again. Go, white levels. Yes, it's really going to pickle my allergies today. I do not like being out when they're cutting the grass. I don't. It wreaks havoc on me. Big time. All the days do the demonstration. Every demonstration of the way. One day they do the extensive maintenance on grass. There we go. I'm sorry about the coughing on camera. I do apologize. Nothing I really can do about it when it comes to the coughing and all. But I deal with it. time of day. See the machine back there in the background? Yeah, it's a woodpecker too. Yeah, you can see the morning hours. And you can see the machinery back there. Got there mowing the lawn. Commercials pop up. All that stuff pops up with no problem. It's a very, very beautiful technology. I have to remember I have to do everything in reverse. Contrast levels pull up. Anyway, sorry again about the noise. Like I said, I picked the one day to come outside that they decided to do extensive maintenance on the grass. But it needs to be cut. They got a business to run. We're done with that one. Like I said, we're at 5% done on this technology. Still has a lot of room for improvement and a lot of testing that has to be done. So still has a lot more to go. How clean the image that comes up. It's not faded or washed out. That's the last thing you want if you're going to be using this for advertisement. You don't want a faded and washed out image. You want to be able to see everything crystal clear. Oh, they're leaving. Like I said, they have to do it because they have to cut the grass out here. Man, if I waited a little bit longer before coming out the door, I could have avoided them. I was just so happy to get a nice sunny day outside. Last couple of days we've had nothing but rain. So I was just a little happy just to have a day of some rain, a day of some sun. And we can test the screen out. And this is how the image is supposed to look. It's supposed to look sharp, it's supposed to look clean. You're supposed to be able to see the objects crystal clear without the image looking faded or washed out. That's the last thing you want, is a faded, washed out image. Tropical birds, 4K. And like I said, the technology is only at around, it's about 4 or 5% done. Still has a lot more to go. These are just the beginning stages of it. So there's a lot more room for improvement. not done yet. That's why I threw some contrast in there, white levels in the whole 9 yards. But like I said, you know, still got a lot more improvement to go. Ooh, I tell you one thing, I can never do that kind of work. The allergies would kill me. All right, that's going in. And we're done with that. Now, like I said, it's very important with this technology that we have the ability to be able to peel it off. I'm going to come here and remove this first. And show you the front and rear part of the technology. Clean up my area a little bit better. Let me show you the front and rear part of this. I'm gonna go grab myself a stand for. Sorry if I have my hoodie on. I have my hoodie on. It's quite chilly outside today. I didn't have any of this set up because I never rehearse my demonstrations. I just take them as I go by ear. I never rehearse them. All right, let me see where I got to do to grab this around here. My hands on this cord. My stuff out of the way here. Clear room to bring this cord through. I got my projector hooked up. Bring it back here a little bit. Alright. Get the chair out of the way too. I don't want anything hanging and dragging and cutting off while I'm doing this. Powering these projectors back on take a little bit of time, so I want to make sure we don't do anything to disconnect anything after moving this. Alright, so there's the image right there. We're a little off here. One of the wheels, one of my adjustments, still off. Get a little more. So we're at now. Yep, still a little more off. Bring it down some more. Just adjusting the underneath the projector to make sure it's laying flat. I don't want it to crooked on that side. And this one has to be brought up a little bit more on this side. Alright. So let's bring it up, bring it over, bring it up on the keystone, not keystone, but our lens wheel, our shift, adjust our image right there. Now I just need to get the surface from outside. Okay. From outside. Now the most important thing is when you're developing invisible technology that it has to be able to show an image. If I can get this in to adjust a little better. I get the adjustment so mixed up on here it's not even funny. I'm trying to shift up and shift down. I still can't figure out which one's which. What's very important is that the image comes up nice and clean. It has to come up clean. From the back to the front, it has to be clean. You don't want any dirty little freckles, which I mean the freckles are these, sometimes people mix products together and they don't go all so well. And when you do that, what happens is it causes these freckles to pop up on the screen, or black specks or blue specks, or they may be mixing into it. And that basically disrupts the screen quality. So you don't want that at all. You want a nice clean image, as you can see, from the back to the front. And the projector we're using is 5200 lumens, and as you can see, this is a 5 application. We have very little lamp glare penetrating through. That's disrupting the picture quality. That's the last thing you want. You don't want that. There we go. Adjusted my focus a little better there. So you can see the image is nice and clean. We can stand right behind the back of it or a screen, and you're not going to see this distractive, blinding glare pushing through. That's going to be in your customer's face, or when they look they look at the advertisement through your glass window. It has to come up clean. Now we'll get up close, and as you can see how clean the image is. There's no freckles or none of that dirty spots, smears, smudges. You don't want that on the screen at all, period. And we'll go around to the front of it, and as you can see, nice and clean all the way around. That's the way it's supposed to be. Clean. You don't want it dirty. Go from the top, and we'll walk it over. Same way. You need it to be clean. You don't want it to be dirty. All right. Let's see where we remember where we put the remote control at. Chances are no one made it. I set it down and lost it. Oh, there it is right here. Outer space screensavers. See how the contrast levels are displaying. And this works for ultra short throw and long throw projectors. Okay, see no glare at all from the projector. Skyworth food demonstration. Pick a nice food demonstration tip. We have it on here. Usually we have it right on here, but I don't see it on here this side. I wonder if that's it right there in the corner. Yeah, that's it. And you see how nice the white levels come up. We'll show it from the front. We'll try to get it over here so we're not in the way of the projector. So that's the images displaying from the front. And then we'll go over to the back of the screen. And now you can see no glare coming through, pushing through. And as you can see, image is nice and clean. And this is at around 5% done. It's coming up a little dark in there, so I need my flash. Let me put my lights on in the next room over there. See if we have enough light that'll kick off in here. Right there a little bit more. This time I'm having a problem with the flash. All right. So now I just turned on my lights in here. As you can see, we're in a nice, well-lit area. You don't want it dark. Like I said in my demonstrations, the last thing you want is a dark environment. You want it to come up nice and bright. Because if it doesn't come up nice and bright in the area, it's too dark. That means that this screen's going to have some problem if you're going to try to use it in commercial property. So I want to show you that you can use it in a nice bright area. You don't have to worry about the screen washing out or fading. White levels are coming up nice and bright. As you can see, no dirty image to the screen whatsoever. Nice and clean, as it should be. All right. LG Beta Fish. We'll bring up the contrast levels again. And that shows that this is a good size sample sheet right here. We chose a very large piece. We don't want anything small, because if you get something small, you're really not being able to see the impact of the product. If the image is too small, that's the last thing you want. Let's come over here to the back. You can see we got plenty of light. Let's back it up so you can see it from a distance. You want to see that, you can see this from a distance. So if a person's sitting here, maybe they're across the street, they can see your store advertisement from here. That's what you want. Come over here where the projector's at. You want to make sure they can see that advertisement if they're across the street. Here's the distance where my projector is sitting. Starfield screensaver. Okay, we'll get the Starfield screensaver. You see again how bright the colors come up from the commercial. Nice and bright. Come around to the other end of it. Nice and bright. Alright, now we're going to do the Starfield. Now, I like doing the Starfield because you can see the contrast levels of the technology. On top of that, you don't see any lamp glare coming from the projector. You can see I can sit here from a distance and back up. You should be able to see the whole entire environment. This is how I do demonstrations. Other people don't do these demonstrations such like so. They will basically, they'll cheat in their demonstrations, but showing you how it should be done and how you should be seeing it. When it comes to our technology, you should be able to stand back and see the Starfield demonstration. No problem whatsoever. All right, so we're going to take the screen and we're going to reverse it. We're going to change it around this way. All right. So now we have the Starfield on the inside, and that neon light you're seeing is a reflection coming off of that right there. So you can see the screens, basically you cannot see through them. Then we're going to come around over here, and we're going to play the screen on the opposite side. Panasonic 4K demonstrations. Now we're looking at the rear part of the screen. This is fantastic if you want to use this outside or inside. It's going to work out with no problem whatsoever. Make sure my camera's adjusted right. That was a little crooked. So there we are in front, using the rear projection technology. Oh, sorry, that's the rear. Now we're at the front. You can see there's the lamp glare right there, completely canceled out. Nice and bright. All right. Let's go over to one more. Very important that you're able to show off those nice bright levels. That's very important. Now, the technology will be sold in 1 gallons only. We don't have a price yet what 1 gallon is going to cost. This is a multi-application, which means you have to do more than one application to get it darker. So the first time you put it down, it's going to be a little lighter. As you add it on, each shade is going to make it darker and darker and darker. We're going to try to get it up to like 7 applications. 5 right now is all you can get it to. We're going to try to get to around 7 applications because to make the screen much, much darker than what it is. Also too, this is not going to be available on the website. This is for companies only, so just to let you know, it's for companies only. It's not going to be available on the website. You have to get this through PayPal invoice. So it's the only way it can be picked up. Now, when will it be available? I don't know yet. Like I said, it's only at between 4 and 5% done. That's it. So it's not even going to be available anytime soon. Now, one of the problems with, also we're going to show up with window advertisement, is being able to remove the surface. And when you spray this, you want to make sure you spray this in the inside of the window. I haven't had a chance to test it with water running on it yet, which I'm going to be doing today. So that's for me part of the test I'm going to be adding in there too. One of the tests we haven't done yet. Back here, you can see the distance of the environment, how far the screen sits back. And like I said, when I do these demonstrations, I walk all the way around the screen because I want you to be able to see the screen from front to back as the video changes. As you can see, the image is nice and clean as it is in the front. It should be the same way as it is in the back, and these should be nice and clean. Last thing you want is a dirty, muddy image. All right, now we're going to pause it there. Now we're going to take it into the kitchen. Here, this is something I need to see on my end. Get my sink a little better cleaned up. Now, the technology we developed, hold on a minute, sorry about that. I have a very bad habit of walking away from camera and talking at the same time, very bad habit. Take this, pull this up, and we're going to put this into the sink. this is something I get to see. I'm curious to see what happens. Alright, so it doesn't drip over with my floor. We have it on the sink right now. I'm soaking it down a little bit. I'm curious about this part, if we could drench the screen. How's that going to affect the screen when we drench it? So I'm going to have to take some of this and paint this on a small sheet and soak this in water. We'll see how that's going to react. This is what I'm looking for. But I don't think anybody's going to be rubbing on the screen that hard, to tell you the truth, but that's what I'm looking for. See how strong that surface is. So it looks like it is weatherproof because it's not cracking or peeling, so that's good. Because this stuff is, like I said, designed to be peeled off with no problem. Make sure that's all. That's good to know. Now it is weatherproof. You know, I can run water over top of it and it doesn't crack, it doesn't peel or none of that. I was able to rub my finger across it, and that's good to know. Now I wouldn't take my hand and just go, no, you would damage the screen, and you would damage any other screen. But I was wondering, like, would it peel off? Because this stuff is designed to peel off when you're done with it. So that is good to know. Alright, so let's take it into the next room. As you can see, it doesn't affect the screen at all. Alright, so we're going to take it to the next room and show you one of the cool features of this technology. Alright, so now if you paint this on your window or glass or anything you're going to have this on, keep in mind window glass can be, or your storefront glass, can be quite expensive. And you want something that you can remove off real quick without worrying about damaging the screen. Let me show you what this stuff is designed to do. So I'm just going to grab a piece of this right here, and we're going to peel some of this off. Because when you're done with it, you can grab some of this. There we go. So you can see this for yourself. It's designed to be peeled off. So when you're finished with it, you can peel the screen. That's one of the cool things about it. If you want to remove the surface, you don't want it anymore, all you have to do is just basically just scratch it on the edge a little bit. Once that peels up, just pull and the screen comes with it. So it's very easy to clean this off your window. Once you get this applied, you want to take it off, or maybe you want to change out for some of the other screen paints that we're developing. All you would have to do is just peel a little bit. Now, I'm learning here that it peels better when it's dry. Actually, a little bit more complicated when it's wet, but that's good to know that it's basically, when it dries, it peels very easily. But this is it. Once you get it up, it peels right off with no problem. But that's good to know that it seals when it's wet, which is actually pretty cool. That is actually pretty cool. Usually, like I said, don't worry about, you're not going to damage the screen, it's not going to peel on you, or nothing like that at all, period. It's just, bottom line is, when you're ready to move it, it's easy to peel the screen off and you're done. I have to get ready to take this up because this is going to be coated using the black technology next. That's what we're going to be using. So I have to take all this off the screen anyway. There we go. So you can see right there. So it's very easy to come off the screen. So we're gonna get, when it dries, and it does, it feels better when it's dry. When this dries, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in and we're just gonna peel the screen, and then we're gonna do the I have to do another application for the black technology. There we go. Some of these areas are already dry. There you go. That's how easy this stuff peels off. That's it. I need to take a picture of that color to add to it. All right, that's basically about it. We're done, because this screen used to be gray. We peeled it off, put this application. Now this application is called Color Fusion. That's the name of it. It's a really strange, odd color. We have one called Deep Gray, and the other one's gonna be Deep Black. The other one, we have one more. I haven't decided what color. I'm gonna actually cook that one too, but we'll figure out something interesting to do with it. All right, different color. All right. First of all, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior for blessing me with the knowledge to be able to build this amazing stuff. And of course, without him, this would not be possible. I'd like to thank you for watching the demonstration. We're going to be posting this onto the website. This is just some detailed information on the technology, what we're working on now. As for demonstrations we'll be doing on Nova, I explained that I've done a lot with inside screen paints. I really like experimenting with this stuff because it allows me to get outside, and especially working with direct sunlight. It's absolutely amazing. So we're going to be concentrating more on this technology right here. As I said before, if you're a company, this is only available through PayPal invoice. You cannot purchase this on the website. Thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless.